Alright, so this is my very, very first video. And today I wanted to talk about how blind confidence will always, and I mean always, beat calculated hesitance. Being blind and confident works in real time. That's why you have something called retard maxing. You have autism maxing, where you basically go all in on something and that's all you focus on. You don't focus on what other people think. You don't do it for other people. You do it for yourself because you're confident that it's going to work, even if it's not in that moment. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because this is something that I have personally struggled with. 100% struggled with. I've always struggled with the perception of other people. You know, from a very young age, I've always had this crippling social anxiety. Like anytime I go anywhere, let me move this over. Anytime I go anywhere that's, with people, where I have to talk to people, where I have to be in speaking events, where I have to, conversate and just do all these different things. Even being on camera is enough to have given me a social anxiety attack, a full-on panic attack, if you will. And, originally, I had always wanted to make videos. And I never knew that, this crippling social anxiety was going to be something that would hold me back from actually doing that. I thought that, conversating with people in real time was going to be a lot different than conversating with a camera. But in reality, it's very much all the fucking same. And I wish I would have known that as a kid, because then I would have, gotten my, charisma in check. I would have gotten a lot better at speaking. I would have, really talked to more people. I would have been in the center of, I would have pushed myself to be in the center of the spotlight, no matter how uncomfortable it was. And that's something that I just never really did. That's something that I never really focused on. I thought if I could, kind of bury myself in the back and do my own thing, everything would play out and work out, and maybe one day I'd make videos. And so I originally wanted to start this channel, and I wanted to start speaking about these different, topics, about theories, philosophies, business tactics, manipulation tactics, all this different stuff that I would read about and hear about, and I would listen to all these podcasts on and on and on, just about these things that I was interested in, and most of it was communication. And I thought to myself, okay, let me start this channel, let me start doing this. But as soon as I would make a video, as soon as I would start filming for a video, I would get this crippling fucking anxiety. And if you've ever experienced this, then you know what it feels like. Like your pits start to sweat. There's fucking sweat drops from your forehead coming down. You can barely speak. You're stuttering, all over the place. It's terrible. It really is terrible. It's the worst thing. I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy, because it's so cringe. It's so awkward. And at the end of it, you're just left there sitting there. You're just left sitting there by yourself, right? You can't do anything about it. You can do a bunch of different takes, but then after that point, it's what's the use? I've already done this a million times. And because of this, I thought I was extremely unqualified to even speak on YouTube. I thought I was extremely unqualified to speak to people, whether it's one person or a large group of people, and I saw this to negatively affect my self-esteem. Over time, I saw this negatively affect how I spoke to people. I saw it negatively affect my interactions with people. The flow of conversations even were cut very short by me, and it was my responsibility, it was my doing, because I was just such an awkward fuck. I'm very grateful for myself, and I do forgive myself for being like that. Because honestly, it is something that you can work out of, and it is something that I am currently trying to work on. That's part of the reason why I'm creating these videos, is to get out of that mindset of such despair when speaking. So you got to act in blind confidence. You got to just do it. You got to man up and say, I'm the man. I'm the only one that can make this work. And I'm the only one that can fuck this up. And one of the ways that I would actually instruct you to get better at speaking to people, and this is going to sound so ridiculous, and it might, for some of you people that have like extreme social anxiety like me, it might actually give you a fucking heart attack when I say this. Like, if you really struggle with this is going to be a huge step in the right direction, but a huge step none the fucking less. You are going to sweat, you're going to panic, you're going to say and do the wrong things, but it's not going to fail you, and it's going to work 100% of the time. I can actually guarantee you that, because it worked for me, and nobody gave me this advice. You know, most people, when they say, oh, if you have crippling social anxiety, what you need to do is you need to put yourself in the most uncomfortable position, which is actually going outside and talking to people, which is, I mean, it's good advice. It does work. But a lot of times you don't want to get out. You know, let's say you live in like a rural town, right? You live somewhere where you know, there's just a lot of bad actors, maybe. Or maybe there's not a lot of actors in general. Maybe, you know, and I don't mean like actual actors. I mean like just people. You know, you don't have a large population. There's not many people to talk to, right? So what I would advise, and you can do this from the comfort of your own home, but this still might give you a fucking heart attack, is if you go on Omegle. Well, it's not really Omegle anymore. It's actually Omi TV. But if you go on Omi TV, and I think the other one is Monkey app or whatever, go on those, on preferably like a laptop or computer, where they can see your whole background, they can see your whole face, they can see your whole posture, your whole demeanor, and strike up conversations with these people. Literally just talk. And the great thing about it, too, that makes you get better at talking, is that there's a skip button. There is a literal fucking skip button. Yeah. So if you fuck up, let's say, and I've done this too, like I've stuttered so many times in one sentence that I'm like, holy shit, I just need to skip. I just skip that fucking person. I'm like, that person has no idea who I am. They heard me stutter 20 fucking times within the last 30 seconds. There's no conversation to be had here. So I need to move on to the next person, and I need to get better. And slowly over time, I saw myself just getting better and better and better at speaking. And I know you're probably watching this video and saying like, oh, I can't really see it because this dude fucking sucks at speaking. Like, listen, I'm getting better, and this is a judgment-free zone, bro. Like, literally, if you are so socially awkward to the point where you're fucking nonverbal, I promise you, I will literally hold your hand and we will get through this together, bro. Like, we're both learning. You know, it's both our first times on fucking Earth. Who's to say what we should and shouldn't do? Right? So, we need to act in blind confidence. And in order to have that confidence, especially out in public, especially with people, because that's the number one confidence that I saw that I was lacking, is I was letting the theoretical, and I say theoretical, and I'm about to explain why, I was letting the theoretical opinions of other people judge me. I was letting them choose for me. I was letting them have the power. And the reason why I say these theoretical opinions is because a lot of times we, as our biggest critics, are thinking that these people are on a pedestal above us and that they are judging us in the most harshest ways, which is not true. This is literally not true. Dude, I hopped on fucking, I think it was Monkey app. I hopped on Monkey app for like 30 minutes. And I got so many fucking compliments from just random dudes. No Diddy, by the way. Random dudes. They're like, oh, bro, you mog me. You mog me, bro. Automatically, you mog me. Bro, you fucking... you're Looksmaxer, aren't you? You're a streamer, aren't you? Like, those are the biggest compliments that younger me would literally fish for. Literally go out of my way to seek and find that validation. And I wasn't even searching for that in that moment. I was searching for literally techniques to speak, just to communicate ideas effectively, just to have a regular ass fucking conversation. So I tell you, please get better, especially if you're younger. If you're in the age range of 18 to 25, fuck it, even 30. If you're in your fucking 30s, bro, because I've talked to 40-year-olds who have had way more life experience than me, because I'm only 21 years old, and even these guys couldn't even conjure up a sentence. They couldn't even speak. They couldn't even convey themselves or articulate themselves. You would ask them like what they did today, and they'd freeze up. They had nothing to say. I mean, they had things to say, but they didn't know how to say it. And so, if you can't effectively communicate your ideas, you're not going to be able to act with that blind confidence that many of these successful people have, that many of these influencers have, that many of these people that you admire and you put on pedestals, which by all means you shouldn't. The only person that you should have on a pedestal is Jesus Christ himself and God. But, that's besides the point. I'm not, trying to get religious here. But the point still stands. You must act with blind fucking confidence, and it works. And it fucking works. And I guarantee you, you will accomplish anything you put your mind to if you get over this one barrier. Alright? So the main takeaway from this is go to any chatting site, video, make sure it's video. Don't be a pussy and turn your camera off, okay? I'm not sure if you can do that, but if you can, don't. Alright? Actually speak, have a conversation, orate yourself, articulate yourself. If you don't know what to say, keep it as basic as fucking possible. Don't try to think of big words. Don't try to be the big man of the situation, alright? Because you're not. You're going to be. You're going to be. With blind confidence, you're going to be. Okay? But not yet. We still have room to grow. We still have time. And it's not too late. But it's better to learn earlier than later. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had some takeaway from this. This is going to be kind of like a personal entry for me. This is going to be somewhere where I can ultimately share my ideas, share my findings, and yeah, just going on random video chat sites. And mind you, I mean, some of it is a little explicit, so if you are under the age of 18, I do not advise you to go on these. I'm not advising for any harm to be done. So if you're under the age of 18, just proceed with caution if you do decide to do this. But if you are over the age of 18, also proceed with caution, but go out there, make yourself known, talk to people, whether it's someone that, intrigues you, someone that doesn't intrigue you, someone that has the same lifestyle, someone that has a lifestyle that you just don't admire at all. Like, it doesn't matter who you talk to, just talk, have a conversation, learn about that person. It's an A-B conversation. Have it. Learn about that person. Don't just spew information out, and don't ignore that person as well. Like, kind of interview them. Don't interrogate, just interview. Just, ask how their day's going, what they're doing on the site, what they hope to gain. And if they ask you the same thing, because they probably will, just say, I'm working with helping myself have more blind confidence. I'm helping myself, not stutter so much. Whatever your goal is, because everybody's goal is going to be a little bit different, all right? Not everybody can have the same goal. Mine is to become a better orator and somebody that doesn't have as much crippling anxiety, so that way I can one day speak to large groups of people and have a positive impact. What's your goal? All right, I want you to write that down. I want you to figure that out, and I want you to blindlessly act in confidence just this one time. Just this one time. And I hope that this changes your perspective. I hope this makes you become a better speaker. I hope this changes you for the positive, of course. If you gained anything from this, please please subscribe. It would really help me in my metrics and to figure out who my target audience is, and help me ultimately connect with you guys so that way you know whenever I'm dropping another video. But like always, act with blind confidence, because blind confidence beats calculated hesitance every single time. Thank you.